Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Let's turn our attention now to our conversations on CARICOM. And as always, the man who leads us through that conversation is with us, Barbados Ambassador to CARICOM, His Excellency David Comissiong. Ambassador, good morning.
Morning, Pearson.
You and I have the same challenge this morning. You know, as life is, life is.
Yeah.
So it is just life. But today we want to take a look at Haiti. And I keep flashing in my mind all the time this song from David Rudder, Haiti, I'm sorry. But we find ourselves still in 2025 managing the whole prospects of Haiti, the condition of Haiti and the prospects for 2025. And, you know, just recently, on the 12th of January, they would have marked another anniversary of the earthquake that would have devastated Haiti back then as well. But it was horrible. So in the midst of all of this, what do you see to be the prospects of Haiti?
Yeah, well, the earthquake that happened in 2010, 12th of January,
Correct.
that killed tens of thousands of people and rendered 1.5 million people homeless, that could be seen as one of the sources of the current crisis. You know, things really deteriorated after the destruction of the earthquake. But now, the big problem is the problem of the criminal gangs. It is estimated that there are some 3,000 armed gang members, and they don't control the whole of the country, but they control the capital city, Port-au-Prince, and the Artibonite region, which is the region just outside of Port-au-Prince. So for Barbadians to get a proper understanding, suppose St. Michael was in the hands of criminal gangs. Yes. You know, what impact would that have on the country? So there are many places in Haiti where life goes on relatively normal, you know, in the country areas, the north, the east, the south of the country, but in that critical metropolitan area. And this is the big challenge that really has to be solved, because 2025 is supposed to be the year when this transitional administration that we managed to get in place last year is supposed to get the security situation under control, at least enough control to hold free and fair democratic elections by the end of this year, and to have a democratically elected government in place by the beginning of 2026. So that's the challenge for this year.
And some people think, oh, that's a lofty challenge, Ambassador. But it's real and it's possible. As long as there is life, it's possible. Well, let's hear now, as you've just mentioned that, from the man who is a representative of the Fanmi Lavalas political party. He's the current chair of the Transitional Committee and the Council. And so let's hear from him first, and then we'll talk a little bit after.
Greetings, everyone. I'm Leslie Voltaire, head of Haiti's Presidential Council. Our council was formed through a coalition of political parties and civil society sectors working together to return Haiti to constitutional order and prepare general elections by the end of this year. On behalf of the Presidential Council, I want to wish everyone a wonderful year in 2025. I also want to thank Dr. Rondanias and Reverend Jackson and the leaders of this Rainbow Push Forum on Haiti. Last year's Forum on Haiti's Independence Day was powerful, reaching Haitian Americans and supporters worldwide. Sadly, today in Haiti, armed gangs are still a major problem. Thousands of Haitians have been killed, and hundreds of thousands have been forced to flee their homes after violent attacks in Port-au-Prince and parts of the Artibonite Valley. Haiti is in a humanitarian crisis caused by criminals trying to destroy our democracy. We need continued support in politics, security, medicine, food, and education to help us bring stability. Together, we can fight these threats and help countless families who are struggling without necessities. But Haiti has also been in an economic crisis that has crippled its normal growth since April 1825. when the King of France imposed a ransom in exchange for the recognition of our independence. The Rainbow Push Coalition dedication to justice and freedom inspires us all. We are counting on all its members to support the state of Haiti's demand that France enters into a specific form of cooperation with us. It will be to restitute the amount of the ransom paid for the recognition of our independence and compensate and repair for the wrongs done to Haiti.
That's the Honorable Leslie Voltaire, who is leading that transitional group. You know, Ambassador, when he paints that picture, you see it clearly for what it is, and it's not simply of the making of Haitians alone.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you know, I said that one of the sources of the current crisis is the earthquake, but he takes us back even further into the the post-emancipation period, when on the 17th of April 1825, Haiti found itself in a position where it was forced to agree to pay France 1.5 million gold francs to get France to acknowledge and respect its independence and to agree not to try to re-invade Haiti and try to reimpose slavery. And so that debt that that young new country had to undertake since 1825 did tremendous economic damage to Haiti. I mean, Haiti had to go into taking all kinds of usurious loans, and was subjected to all kinds of depredations by the French government, French merchants, etc. And so it really hobbled, that debt really hobbled Haiti economically ever since then. And what Mr. Voltaire is saying is that they have recently made a demand to France for reparations or restitution for the amount that was extorted from Haiti. And in today's values, that amount is calculated at some 30 billion US dollars. So, so Mr. Voltaire, who is the representative of former President Jean-Bertrand Aristide's Fanmi Lavalas party, you know, there's this presidential council. It's a 9-member council. 7 organizations have voting rights in the council, and periodically they elect a different representative to lead the council. So he is currently the chair of the presidential council, and so he's painting that picture for us. And incidentally, that was a session that they held at Reverend Jesse Jackson's Rainbow Push organization in Chicago on last Saturday, when they were celebrating Haiti's independence. So he's painted the picture for us that the big issue to be dealt with is the challenge of the gangs, how to get that under control. But he's also saying to us, look, there's also a deeper source of the problem, which is the French exploitation, and he has put the case for reparations for Haiti.
You mentioned the 9-member composition. Do you have any idea of who those members are and what they represent?
Well, some of them represent some of the traditional political parties of Haiti, and so the December 21st Accord, the January 30 Collect, some of them are coalitions.
Yes.
So you have a spectrum. You have organizations that run the gamut of some of the more traditional parties, some of which have been accused of questionable practices in the past. But then you have Fanmi Lavalas, which is Aristide's party, that is a progressive institution. You also have, very importantly, the Montana Accord group, which is a progressive grouping of hundreds of civil society organizations. So it is a mixed bag, and that mixed bag is presenting some problems because there are tensions within the council. Fairly recently, there have been allegations of corruption against 3 of the council members. Some of the council members have demanded that those 3 resign. They have not resigned. Their parties have not removed them. So there's this tension within the council. And recently as well, a recent development has been that some of these parties, some of which are represented in that council, recently wrote to CARICOM proposing that the council be replaced by a new institution to be headed by a judge, and in that letter said that they have basically been in contact with the gangs, and that the gangs would approve of that new solution. So, and that again has created great tensions within the council. So these are some of the challenges that we are facing. The council is expected to lead Haiti towards that security solution and those elections by the end of the year. But the big question mark is if the council itself is divided, and there are all these tensions within the council, how is the council going to do that,
Well, one of those who sits on that council believes that they can do it on their own. And we want to share with you now that comment and by the representative of the Montana Accord Group, and then we'll talk a little bit afterwards.
We have called out the racism and injustice of the US government. Ukraine gets the royal treatment. Haiti doesn't get much of anything. And I think it's important to say that. Yes, we can call on Joe Biden, but Ukraine has gotten millions and millions and millions. Haiti was promised 2,500 troops from Kenya and hundreds of millions of dollars, $600 million. We got 420 troops from Kenya. And we got about 200 million. So yes, we should get more of the money. But we don't expect much more come January 20th. But we know also it is up to us Haitians. It is up to us Haitians to do the work. So yes, we have tried to get things together with the others. Yes, we continue to talk to everyone, every political party, but we will not accept to sit down and talk to gangsters who are killing us, who are raping us. And amazingly, this week, political parties have signed with a group of gangsters that are led by Barbecue. Their signature is on a document. We will not do this. We do not accept to work with people who kill us and who rape us. We will not do this. Now, Montana has always said that it is up to us. We have said, rather than pay 2,500 troops from Kenya to come, why not invest it in Haiti? Why not invest it in the youth? You have about 64% of the Haitian population that is under 24 years old. Give them job training. Invest in them. Give them intense police training. Army, do that. But no, it was, okay, we bring some troops from Kenya. Well, they haven't come. And we expected that they were not going to come. So again, it is up to us. Whatever monies must come, they must be invested in the Haitian population, in Haitian youth, in health, in education, in training, so that we can increase the police force, we can increase the numbers of people who are in the army, we can get jobs going, and we can move Haiti forward. So yes to a Marshall Plan, whatever it is that it is called. It could be Marshall, it could be whatever. We need to build Haiti from the ground up. And this is why we need your solidarity and your support. We thank you already. We know we have had a lot of solidarity. We know we have had a lot of support. But we need now more than ever, more so than we have had it in the past.
Comments just made by the representative of the Montana Accord Group. Powerful, powerful presentation.
Yes, well, as I indicated, the Montana Accord Group is the civil society coalition, the progressive, hundreds of progressive civil society organizations, and they are represented on the Presidential Transitional Council. And you would hear from Monique the tensions that exist in the council, including this latest development when some of the political parties in the council signed this letter seemingly approving or wanting to approve the gangs being brought on board, and she's making it plain that they're totally opposed to that. At the same time, she acknowledges, look, we have to keep on talking because it is critical that this presidential council be not dysfunctional, since so much really hinges on it. But then she goes on to look now at what she considers to be the ultimate solution, and she's saying it must be a homegrown solution put in place by the Haitian people themselves. And she even goes so far as to say, look, rather than you guys in CARICOM and the outside world investing money in bringing police and troops from abroad to deal with the gangs in Haiti, give us the money. Let us train our own young people. Let us bolster our police force, our army. Now, I think she's making a good point, but I don't think it's an either or situation. I think both things need to happen. So yes, there's been disappointment that the 2,500 personnel has not materialized, only 400, and she said 400 Kenyans and about 22 Jamaicans and Belizeans. And clearly 422 can't do the job of 2,500. So the forces that have come in, it has been somewhat disappointing that they have not had the impact that we expected them to have. But realistically, the Americans who had promised 600 million in funding did not deliver, so there was not the money. However, recently, troops have come in from Guatemala and El Salvador, and presumably those contributions from El Salvador and Guatemala do not depend or did not depend on American funding. I'm assuming so. So although Monique makes the point that they're disappointed, but the fact is the Haitian police need help. And if you can get, whether it is some Kenyans, it's Guatemalans, it's Jamaicans, whoever coming in to help, that is helpful, that is useful. But she goes on to say, make another point, that if you are fighting gangs who have controlled certain areas, certain communities, and no doubt in some of those communities that they have direct control over, they're probably bribing residents, providing them with material things. So the government, the acknowledged government of the country, has to be able to be seen by its population as being able to deliver benefits to the people. So if we really want this transitional process to succeed in Haiti, we have to make sure that that transitional administration is strong and that it does have resources to do things for the Haitian people, so that the Haitian people can have confidence in it, can see, yes, we can have confidence in this administration because it has resources, it can deliver. And indeed, if resources were made available, that young people could be trained to go into the police, to go into the army, that would help with Haiti being able, through its own police force, its own army, to better deal with these gangs. So I would say that she's making a good point, but I don't think it's an either or. I think that both things need to happen.
It was a very powerful meeting then, and one of those who spoke at that meeting was Dr. Ron Daniels. He is the president of the Institute of the Black World's 21st Century, and he, in that his conversation, made comment about the role of CARICOM, and that's something that a lot of people have questions about. Let's take a look at his presentation.
A peaceful, prosperous Haiti is the best for everybody. Everybody can prosper if there is a peaceful, people-based democracy. And here's the deal. You won't have to have your little armed militias, your little guards, and your little, you know what I mean? You won't have to be scared. You can make some reasonable amount of resources in a peaceful and prosperous Haiti. So you should get on board with supporting the process and the plan. And as I conclude, we also need to say to CARICOM, we appreciate CARICOM. CARICOM, by the way, is like the European Union. The Caribbean nations have formed their own unity operation. All 15 of them belong. The current president is the brilliant, able, capable, maybe the next Secretary General of the United Nations, Maya Amor Motley. That is a bad sister from Barbados. She's very sharp. We appreciate you, CARICOM, for what you've done in helping to broker and to work with the Haitian people in terms of moving things forward. But we also need you to listen a little bit more carefully to what is being articulated by the progressive forces. In other words, take your cues from them. The idea of trying to mesh, and that was one of the key mistakes, trying to mesh the progressive forces with all of these corrupt people. We knew from the beginning it was going to be challenges because we know who the corrupt people are. I know some of them. I've been working in Haiti in 1990. I can point to them. Corrupt, bankrupt, have no intention of doing anything except lining their own pockets and want power for power's sake. That's not what we're talking about. So CARICOM, please listen to those leaders associated with the Montana Accord and the allied progressive forces as we move forward.
That's Dr. Ron Daniels, the president of the Institute of the Black World 21st Century. And when he paints the picture, we all laughed in the studio here because it's the American way of saying what they say. The picture of who our prime minister is, it made us chuckle, but that's the perception a lot of people have of her anyway, how powerful she truly is.
Yeah, no, Prime Minister Motley is really an outstanding player on the international scene, and has brought great distinction to Barbados. And you see how much is expected of her, And she is now chair of CARICOM for the next 6 months. Mm-hmm. So one of the issues she's going to have to deal with as chair is this issue of Haiti. He says that CARICOM needs to listen more to the progressive forces in Haiti. Well, CARICOM has been listening to everybody, yes, including the progressive forces. We have this group of eminent persons, 3 former prime ministers, former Prime Minister of St. Lucia, Kenny Anthony, former Prime Minister of Jamaica, Bruce Golding, former Prime Minister of the Bahamas, Perry Christie. And they have been working along with Colin Grandison, Ambassador Colin Grandison, who is CARICOM's Haiti specialist. And so in fact, it was them who brought all the Haitian organizations together to form that kind of national unity transition administration. So you heard Dr. Daniels complaining that they brought into that administration both the progressive forces and some of the more traditional, let us say, questionable entities. But that was the reality on the ground. Mm-hmm. If you're going to create a national unity structure, CARICOM could not be in the position of saying, well, we select you, but we don't want you. Yes. No. Then CARICOM has to bring them all together. But once they come together, it is for them now to work out their own internal politics. And we hope that in working out their own internal politics, the best elements will, in a sense, rise to the top. So CARICOM has to stay the course. Fortunately, we do have this group of eminent persons that we have invested in, and let me be very clear, CARICOM nations have gone into their pockets to pay to keep that process going. I should also let you know that Haiti is a standard item on every CARICOM heads of government meeting, every CARICOM foreign ministers meeting. So CARICOM is really committed to seeing this Haiti issue through to a positive conclusion. So in today's program, Pearson, we have all of the factors have been placed on the table.
For us all to see.
We have seen them all. CARICOM has to stay engaged. Somehow that presidential administration has to find it within themselves to work through their differences, to generate some level of unity that makes it possible for them to see this thing through to the end. And the end for them, they're just transitional.
Yes.
They're not there to rule for any prolonged period of time. The end for them is to get some acceptable control over the gangs, over the security situation, whether it is Guatemalans and El Salvadorians and Kenyans and Jamaicans coming in to help, or it is, as Monique Clesca said, more resources for the Haitians themselves so that they can augment their own police and army. Whatever it is, they have to find a way to make it work, to make it happen, and by the end of this year, hopefully, God willing, to be in a position to hold new
Elections.
free and fair elections. So come 2026, a government that has been chosen by the Haitian people, that has the full confidence of the Haitian people, can take office and can take Haiti on that next phase of their journey.
That's an excellent summation, Ambassador. Thank you so much, as always, for engaging us in these conversations on CARICOM, which are not just information, but they're enlightening, and it opens up the conscious to knowing what's happening and being able to see what are the pathways forward. Thank you, as always.
My pleasure, Haiti.
You're welcome.
Morning, morning, morning.